everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last episode, making an EVA foam sonic gun part 1, we got the whole front end of this thing built from the nose all the way up to the back of this cool circle detail. Everything went down smoothly, totally easy build and fun. They're all fun and they're all easy. So that brings us up to now, which is making an EVA foam sonic gun part 2. We're going to knock out the handle, we're going to shape this thing, we're going to build it and then cut it into 3 pieces and then stick it back together, and you'll see why when you watch. And it's going to get attached and it's going to be totally jamming, and we're going to seal it and paint it too. That's right. And we're going to get in there and do this super cool paint job on here to make it look like the color of the steel has changed colors from the heat, the massive heat. So that's it, man. I'm going to shut my mouth. If you're ready to hit it, let's make something. We're going to come in and work on our handle. Dig that. All right, here we go. Now we're going to start our handle. We've got a 24mm and a 6mm. And we're going to attach those together before we cut our handle out. Cool. All right, now we're going to go over to the scroll saw and we're going to knock it out. All right, there we go. Man, that is cool. All right, now besides rounding all these edges off, because we really want to shape this thing to fit our hand, we want a flat piece right here. So we're only going to Dremel around the corner to reach here because we want this to be a flat piece all the way down. Ready? We're going to get our dust mask on. You never grind foam without your dust mask. And we're going to have at it. All right, there we go. Look at that. Nice curve. Really cool. We're probably going to sculpt out a little more in here. All right, there we go. Look at that. We've rounded the whole thing off. We kind of carved out in here. Ooh, that fits nice. All right, now we're going to flip it around and do the same thing on that side. All right, there we go. Look at that. We kept our flat edge at the front of the handle. We've got our sculpted inside, our rounded outside. Ooh, that's feeling mighty nice. All right. Tight, man, that is tight. All right, there we go. The handle's cut out and shaped, really cool. Now what we're going to do is we are going to cut on these 2 lines right here, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, but we're going to do it. And the reason we're doing that is we want to separate the pieces and round over the edges and then glue it back together. So hopefully after doing all of this work, we don't screw it up. All right, so we're going to move over to the bandsaw and we're going to do it. All right, there we go. We cut the handle off. Man, this feels really creepy. But, all right, now here's the real scary one. We're going to cut this whole thing off right here. All right, here we go. We didn't follow our line exactly. We didn't want it cut that sharp, so look what we did. Holy cow, is this crazy, man. I can't believe we just did this after all the work we did. But, all right, we've got our dust mask on now. Now this is what we're going to do. All right, we're going to round this off. All right, there we go. That's what we want. Really cool. All right. when we stick everything back together, that's exactly what we wanted. We want this little edge that's just turning in a little bit. That way it looks like 3 separate pieces. And then we're going to touch our lines right together. There we go. Now we know we're in perfect position. Now we're going to come down to the back end, just like that on our seam. Wow, what a scary thing, man, cutting it apart. There we go. That's what we wanted. We wanted this little cavity right there, just like that. All right. All right, let it dry. You know, we always say, don't rush, take your time, line it up, just like that. All right, there you go. How insane is that? Look at that. It looks like it's made up of 3 pieces. All we did was cut it apart, round one edge off, not both of them. So we rounded this edge, but not that edge, and we rounded this edge, but not that edge, and it's just enough. Holy smokes, man. That is crazy. Okay, now we've got the same thing going on here that we did last time. It's stuck on there. Now we have our guide. So when we go through the scroll saw and cut it out, it's going to be exactly what we wanted. I can't help but laugh. That is insane. Good grief, man. Check out how cool that looks. Wow, I am losing my mind. And then, oh yeah, do we put it down this way? Because sometimes the weapon is this way, and sometimes it's that way. I'm sure half of you say this way, and the other half say that way. Don't do it that way, do it this way. All right, I'm doing it this way. I want it to look like you're in the middle of shooting it. This one kind of looks a little awkward on your wrist. This one looks ergonomic. Look at that, man. Golly. That's ergonomically just beautiful. Holy cow, man. There and there and there. And we know we're in a good spot as long as we line up right down one side, which we're gonna do just like that. All right, so it's perfectly flush there and perfectly flush there because they're the same width. Oh my gosh, I am just freaking out right now with joy. All right, now we're gonna come in with these 3 pieces of foam. We've got these 2mm pieces. We're gonna poke out this hole, and then we're gonna attach them to the 2 sides of this piece. So we're gonna come in with our sharpened brass tube, which we love so much. Straight edge in our X-Acto. And we're gonna knock that side off, and then we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna knock that side off. Look at that. There we go. Sweet. Now we'll do it on this one. All right, there we go. We've got a little recessed window on both sides. All right, there we go. There is our piece that's gonna go right on the back, right up here. And we kind of just eyeballed this one. We didn't really make a template for it. So we're gonna, like that, right about there, right? All right, now we start back here. We come up and we wrap it onto there. Ooh, that is pretty cool. Bam! That is cool. All right. So we're going to come in and lay it down. Push the front end down and hold it while it bonds. Just like Really cool. All right. There we go. There's our 6mm trigger right there. All right, we're gonna round this off a little bit, so it's not gonna need to be an absolutely perfect cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with and we're going to pivot right around our circle. There's our trigger piece. Now, like I said, we're gonna come in with our Dremel and we're gonna just lightly round off the edges. Make a mark. Just about 1/8 of an inch or so to the outside of our marks. Alright, now we've got a base. Just like that, and this is going to sit right on the base. And we're going to put our super glue on there, and we're going to come in and we're going to stick it right in the middle of our little base piece. We're gonna Look at that rascal. Good grief. Pew, pew. Nice. Alright, now we're going to bring our heat gun in and we're going to seal this whole thing up. Sweet. All right, man. That wraps up the build portion of our Minority Report sonic gun. All right, we're out at the spray stand. We're going to coat our sonic gun with our Plastidip. And you know what we always say, even if you're outside in a well-ventilated area, do not spray without your respirator. All right, there we go. A few coats of Plastidip, really easy, just take your time. Do nice even passes, nice even coats. Don't blast it so it's so heavy that it's dripping. And then you just gradually build up the layers and there you go. Like we always say, now it's real. All right. All right, we're out at the spray stand. We're gonna spray our sonic gun. And we put a little piece of metal up in the handle like that so we can spray it. And you won't even see that little hole at the end when we're done. And we're going to use our flat antique nickel. And, as we always say, even if you're outside in a well-ventilated area, do not spray without your respirator. All right, there we go. We coated it with our flat antique nickel, the whole thing. Check it out. And you saw how cool it was with our little hook. You can make up any kind of contraption you want. You just stick it in the bottom, and once we pull it out, the hole's going to be so tiny no one's going to see it underneath there anyway. And if we're painting the bottom kind of dark, you really won't even notice that little tiny hole there. But there you go. That's simple. Nice and coated. Let's let it dry. All right, here we go. We've got our satin black. Now we've got our flexible tape we use to mask off right here around the back. We're going to follow our edge around. Now we're going to peel our tape off, just like that. All right, there we go. Dig that, very nice. And we don't need to mask off at all for this. All right, nice and easy. We don't need to mask off for something like that. Just take our time, use the square edge of our brush for cutting in, and then we just come in and we fill. All right, there we go. We've got our... All right, now we're gonna come in with our French wine, okay? You don't have to get French wine, but what you need is a kind of a maroon, sort of a dark reddish, kind of maroon, sort of a feel. Kind of what we always do, cut in and then fill. There it is. That's the color of the handle in the picture, and then we're going to let that dry, and then after that dries, we're going to come in and maybe do a second coat on there just to get it solid, and then we're going to come in with a dark color, and we're going to kind of break up that maroon color. So all right, we were going to throw this paint away anyway, so we can use it. All right, there we go. We've got it darker down here and on the inside here. We're gonna... That's what we wanted, right there. We just wanted to come in and darken up on the inside and kind of just darken a little bit in the center just to break it up so it's just not solid red. All right, here we go. Here comes the hard part. We are going to try to do the transition in the metal where it goes from yellow to red to blue when metal heats up. Whew, this is going to be tough. So we're going to come in with our little sponge brush and we're going to try to put a light yellow ring around it and then red and then blue. And we'll see if we wreck it or if it turns out okay. If we wreck it, we can always cover most of this and re-spray paint the end, okay? So we're not totally risking it by doing this, but let's see what we can do here. All right, we're going to come in with our yellow first. There we go. We're fairly dry. Let's try it. All right, we're just going to get a yellow band around here. And as our brush starts to dry, we can fade it a little bit. All right, here we go. We're fading it. Okay, right there. So it's kind of not just stopping between yellow and silver. It's kind of a little bit of a fade through the middle. All right, there we go. All right, we've got yellow and it's slightly fading out. All right, perfect. All right, now we're going to come in with our navy blue. Okay, let's get it fairly dry. Okay, and then we're going to hit some up here on the edge, right up here. Okay, we're gonna darken the blue right down the middle. Okay, so we've got a light blue on the edge and we've got a much more solid blue right around through the middle. All right, we've got the yellow that fades off this way, and we've got the blue that's darker in the middle and fades off this way. All right, so we're going to try to make this look like when the barrel of a metal weapon heats up. All right, now we're coming in with our cardinal red. All right, here we go. You ready? We're going to go right smack dab through the middle. Wow, that's kind of neat. Okay, now we're going to bring the red a little more over onto the blue just to darken up the blue and start to pick up that sort of slight purple in between the two. Okay, let's see if we can blend the yellow and the red a little bit. All right, there we go. Nice. We've got a nice transition now from the yellow to the red. Really nice. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to come in and just slightly get some more blue in the middle, maybe even a tiny bit darker blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, we're going to put a tiny little bit of black down. Get some blue. All right, there we go. We're darkening the blue up. That's what we wanted, just slightly darker blue. Right around the edge. So we've got 4 tones in here. We've got a blue, a red, a yellow, and now we've got a slightly darker blue, just to really tie the red and the blue together. All right, there we go. Look at that. That is not bad faking it right there. Not bad. All right, we're going to come in with a little bit of our black. Like that. Tiny little bit of silver so we can patch up our trigger. Just dipped my hand in the black. All right, there's our steel barrel that's changed color from the heat. Okay, now we're going to come in with our silver. And we're going to come in with a little bit of wrought iron. Added a little black to it, just so we can come in and, oh, there we go. Look at that. All right, there you go. We painted it with flat antique nickel overall spray coat. Then we came in with our black. We pulled out a couple black details in here on the handle. We got this maroon color on the handle, and then we darkened the center and kind of just broke up the sides just to get it to look a little bit dirty, a little bit worn. And then we came in with our 3 colors, actually 4. Yellow, red, blue, and then we made a slightly darker blue. And we kind of just went around our barrel and we blended it so that it has that heated steel look when the color changes. Wow, not bad. We totally faked it. They have special paints for this, but we faked it. You can fake it. All you need is the regular colors. And then we got some black inside the vents here. And then we did our slightly off silver for this 3-piece section right here. And then as we looked at it, we thought, we added a little black to it and we darkened it up just a shade, and that is really cool, man. Really came together nice. That is really, really jamming. All right, look at that thing, man. Cool. All right, so with that last detail, darkening up these little pieces of metal right here, that brings our Minority Report Sonic Gun build to a close. How cool was that? You saw how we built the handle and then we cut it apart. That's kind of scary. And dremeled a little bit of it and reattached it just so it looks like it's made of 3 different pieces. Really cool technique and super easy. And then the paint job. You saw how we sprayed it with the flat antique nickel, and then we came in and we did a few little black details, and then came in and mixed this cool mixture of silver metallic paint and wrought iron. Actually, no, it was black. So we could get this cool, like, darker metallic look, and it still picks up some of the kind of like shiny flecks from the silver. So it was a really cool technique. I'm going to do that more often, mix my silver with some other stuff to get some really cool metal colors. And wow, the kingpin of the paint job, the turned steel from it being so dang hot that it turns into that cool rainbow stripe that metal does when it gets that dang hot. Really easy. You know, they got special paints to do this with, but you don't need special paints. All you need is yellow, red, and blue. And you got it, man. You saw how easy that was? That turned out great. Wow. Love that thing, man. Jamming. All right. That concludes making an EVA foam Sonic Gun Part 2. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.